In this video, we're going to discuss what a cost object is in the context of cost accounting. So I think it's helpful to start with a definition. And a cost object is essentially any product, a job order, division, anything whatsoever to which you can assign a cost. So as you can tell, this is a very, very broad definition of cost objects. So let me give you some concrete examples to give you a better idea and get a little bit of a handle on this. So let's say that a firm has multiple product lines. For example, you have one product line, let's say product line number 1, you make tents, and then product line number 2, you make hiking packs, and then product line number 3, you make sleeping bags. So each of these product lines can be assigned costs. So they're cost objects. But it doesn't just have to be a product or product line that we're thinking about in terms of assigning costs. We can also assign costs to customers, right? We can say, okay, how much does each customer that we have, customer number 1, number 2, 3, and so on, how many resources do they take up of ours? Do they call, or how many times do they email us? How much SG&A do we kind of expend on these different customers? Maybe one particular customer returns an abnormally high number of items, and so we can start assigning some costs to those customers and say, okay, this specific customer, customer number 1, is actually costing us a lot more to serve than customer number 2. And so, therefore, the customers themselves can actually be cost objects. And then we can also think about the departments within an organization. For example, you have like the marketing department, the finance department, the accounting department, all these different departments. We can assign costs to those departments. And so then, in essence, departments themselves can be cost objects. So remember, a cost object could be anything, right? It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you've identified something to which you would like to assign a cost, and therefore you have a cost object. So why are we assigning costs to cost objects in the first place? Why do we care about what the costs are for the marketing department or the finance department, accounting department, product lines? Why are we even thinking about these things? Well, one thing that we want to do that's really important is we want to track profitability in our firm. We want to say, okay, is this product line, this tent product line, how is that performing in terms of its our profit margins compared to like the sleeping bag product line? If we don't actually assign any cost to these different cost objects here, then we really have no idea how profitable each of the product lines is. So, but beyond just thinking about the profitability, we can take that a step further and actually evaluate the performance of the managers. So then, now that we've tracked the profitability of each product line, or we can look at the costs of the departments or such, we can actually go and say, okay, is the manager of the finance department or the person who's the manager of the product line for sleeping bags, are they doing a good job? We can go ahead and look and see, how they're doing with the costs. Are they having all kinds of unexpected costs that are coming up? Maybe they're spending too much. So we can think about those things, and we can also kind of use these costs that we're assigning to these cost objects to help us with pricing decisions. Right, so we can think about, okay, wait a minute, we're charging X amount for this item, for this sleeping bag, but it's actually costing us more to produce it. So we either need to discontinue this product line or raise the price. So assigning the cost to these cost objects can help us make those kind of decisions, and it can also help us control costs. And when we think about control in the context of cost accounting, we're basically thinking, okay, we've got this marketing department, we've got this accounting department, these different departments have budgets, and we want to control their spending in the sense that we want to make sure that it doesn't exceed a certain threshold.